In a previous video, we created a new EC2 instance on AWS using Terraform, and here is the configuration file. So let's take a look at it and let's review the different parts of it. So in the first block, we define the providers required to deploy our EC2 instance on AWS. So we define what is basically the source or the identifier of the provider and the version of the provider. And then we also define the required version of Terraform to run this configuration. We also define the region where we're going to deploy this EC2 instance. And we define the actual EC2 instance definition with the identifier of the image, the instance type, and the tag that is where we define the name of the instance. So now what we're going to do is we're going to mock this EC2 instance, basically this resource I'm selecting here, and we're going to test some assignments of some of these properties. So for that, I'm going to create a new folder. I'm going to name it the tests, and I'm going to include a new test file there. That is going to be website .tftest.hcl. Okay, and here what I need to do first is I need to mock the resource, basically the EC2 instance, which definition is here. And so for that, I need to use override resource. And I need to set the target of the resource that I want to override or mock. And in this case, it's going to be this resource. So basically, AWS_instance dot web_server. So I'm going to set it here, AWS instance dot web_server. Okay, now using that mock that we defined, I can start creating the tests. And for that, I need to include a run and the name of the test. I'm going to name it check website tags. And for this test, I'm going to test basically the assignment of this tag into the instance. First, I need to add an assert. And within this assert, I need to include two things: the condition, and that is case going to be basically the condition around the tags of the instance, AWS instance dot web_server. This is basically the identifier of the EC2 instance I'm mocking. Dot tags, and here I need to look for the name attribute of the tags and compare this with the value that I expect to be here. That is basically web app. And now I need to add an error message in case that the condition is not met. So in this case, we're going to include a message that is going to say invalid name tag. Okay, now let's add another test, basically to check the website instance type. So I'm going to name it check instance type. And I need to add an assertion again with the condition and the error message. So here again, AWS instance.webserver. Basically, here we check the instance type. So this will be instance type equals to T2 micro. And now we add the error message, basically invalid instance type in case the condition is not met. Okay, so now let's open a new terminal and let's run our tests. And for that, we need to enter Terraform test. So let's run it. And the first test is going to pass, and the second one is going to pass as well. Okay, now let's make a change in the second test, basically to force it to fail. And instead of using T2 micro, we're going to use T3 micro. So let's run it. I'm going to clean the screen so we can see it better. So let's run it again. The first test is going to pass, and the second one is going to fail, and it's going to show us why it failed. Basically, here is the condition that is not met. We get also the error message that is invalid instance type. So if we change it again and we run the tests again, we're going to see that the two tests are going to pass. And that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.